Hello, musicians. Today we've got Fly Me to the Moon for a new song, and it's got a few really interesting chords in it. So we're doing something a little bit more advanced as we move into our advanced beginner level a little bit more and more. So always go back and do the songs you like and keep adding songs that you've searched out. You can always just type the name of the song and the word ukulele chords into whatever browser you're using, search feature, and find usually any song that you can ever imagine. And you might not be able to master it, but it's always good to just chip away at songs like that. So I've got my in-tune instrument. I'm holding the back end there, checking in, relaxing everything. Belly is out, nice deep breath in. And we're gonna just slowly go through the chords in a minute, but let's do we're in tune, call of the ukulele, and we're gonna do the lowest pitch that most of us have on our standard C-tuned ukulele, which is C. So I'm hoping you're starting to realize that the notes that you play that are pitched for certain reasons, mainly because we want to be able to easily make a C chord, are these three here, and then the one that doesn't fit into that is A, and then that's pitched at A for other reasons we don't need to get into right now. But just so that you know that when you're making that change there, it's C major chord. And then other chords that we do, so for example, I'm gonna go back to the vocal warm-up, but just while I'm on it. So when you've got the major seventh, so this is an octave note there, that's the C. So now you've got the two C's, but when you do a major seven, so octave being 8, there's 7, and that's the 7th note. So now it's still the main notes of the chord, but you've got the 7th tone in there, and that makes it have that interesting sound. And that's a B note, so that's a major 7, and if you sat and figured that out, that would be a B. And then when you have C7, which is the one that you're most used to playing, and is also in this song, that's a B flat note. So this is A, and remember these are half musical steps, so this would be A sharp, also known as B flat, depending on where you're coming at it from. So up or down, it would be considered flat if you're going down from the note above, and sharp when you're thinking of it as going from the A, for example, to the A sharp. Okay, so let's continue with our vocal warm-up. We've got the C note, la, and then 2nd fret, remember 2 half musical steps, there's the D note, part of the D chord, la, and we could keep going up to E here, but we're going to use our open E, la, and let's just do that again from the bottom. C, la, relax, relax, D, la, la, and you could go la, down, la, la, and you could go la, 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 la. There's all kinds of vocal warm-ups you can do that you'll find online if you're interested in working on those. But I'm here to teach you as much as I can about the ukulele, so we're not going to spend a ton of time on that, but so you understand some theory, a little bit of depth of knowledge gives you more confidence as you play. So let's go through the chords very slowly, and on this chart they've got the timing, which can be very helpful when you've got a song, especially when it's been interpreted by so many different people, and if you want to play with others, this gives you a guideline. So you've got the bar lines and then the dots. So A minor is 1, and then you've got beat 2, 3, 4 indicated by the dots. So 1, 2, 3, now D minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, G7. Now you've got 2 here. So I'm just going to let go of the part of the G7, and I'm already on that one. C major 7, and then I'm going to use this finger for the last 2 beats. Climb up to the top so that you're never letting go of anything. You're putting this one on to get to the F. 4 beats. Add 1 for the D minor. Now E7, we're climbing up top, dropping these 2 down. 2 beats here. And then D minor. And then see how G7 has no words before it? Underneath it, I mean, because you're going to go for 2 beats. And then on beat 3, you're going to say, hold my hand. Oh, sorry, E minor 7. Sorry, I meant to show you. So G7, And then you only need to let go of the point of the G7 and you're already on the E minor 7. And then up to A7, 1, 2, 3, and you'll see that beat 4 of that A7 bar is on the word in, and then back to D minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 beats, and then you sing, darling, kiss me. Okay, so and then the only other time that we get into anything unusual, because if you look at all the chords, we've played everything of the along the top chords except for that one called C sharp 7. So you might be able to notice that in the more advanced version of D7, which is like this, and then you press this note, sometimes we're playing D7 like this, but the more advanced version is like this. So this note here is being taken care of by this one here. But if you take that whole form and you move it down 1 fret, and that makes sense because this is D7 and this is C sharp 7. So same form, and it's just a very, and that occurs one time right at the end, and if you don't get it, no big deal, right? But it's a little bit more work in terms of learning to bar more. So as you have been developing that thumb and back thing, what you want to start to do more of is really when you're barring, so say B flat, which isn't in this song, but really get that thumb and work those fingers, and you can do what's called fret muting, where you put the chord on. So let's do the C sharp 7 like that. Lay all your fingers across with thumb and back. And the one that doesn't matter as such is this one. So you don't need to feel that as much under your finger, that bottom one, because it's being taken care of by this, because the one closest to this end are the ones that are making the sounds happen. And then you can squeeze. And, you know, maybe 10 good squeezes and you'll start to feel fatigue in the hand. Okay, so let's fly, fly, or fly. So they've got sing the C note, fly. So we've been getting into the practice of doing the note and then singing the word to make it make sense. Fly, or you could do the octave. So you could do the C here, fly me to the moon, which would put you quite high. So we're going to start with this one here. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the gold. Climb up, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter. 2 beats. In other words, oh, let go of the point in my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me, fill my heart with song, and let me sing. Now just let go. You are all I long for. I'll climb up, worship, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. In other words, please let it go true. In other words, I love you. I might as well do the instrumental. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, down, up, down, up, down, a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm changing it up in my strumming. Some just downs. Now let go of the point. Such a pretty chord. Melody minor. This is the last line of the instrumental. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, can slow down. And then that big fancy chord at the end is coming up. And then you go, and I would do 1 and then lay this down. I might flourish that because it's a very unusual sounding chord. And then back to the C. Okay, so a little bit of music theory. You see that this is A minor. It's starting off on A minor and then it ends on C. So what's going on there? This can be a bit complicated, but I'm going to try and simplify it. You may hear people in your travels, if you're out amongst musicians, saying that C major relative to C major key of C major is relative to the key of A minor. And what they're meaning by that is that the notes for both of those keys are the same. So it doesn't mean that A minor starts in C, it means that A minor starts in A, but it, similar to C major, has no sharps or flats. It's C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then the chords are built in a very specific way, using the first, the third, and the fifth from each of those notes. And then in the key of A minor, which is its buddy, its relative, the same notes are used, except for it starts on A. So A is the focus pitch, but no sharps or flats in the A minor key. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, those are the notes. But in an A major key, you would have sharps. There's sharps in an A major key, but in an A minor key, no sharps and flats. So the relative key, C and A minor, so A minor can nicely end on a C chord here because the notes of those two keys are the same. And so, especially this is sort of a jazz tune, and so they're mixing things up a little bit, but I didn't want you to be confused about what's going on there with that, because those two keys blend really well together because they both contain the same notes. But with the A minor key, the A note is the big shot. It's the main pitch. So you're hearing that we're playing that A minor chord as our sort of main chord and not the C. But very similar in sound. There's just so we don't want to get too far into that, but that's sort of a little explanation about that. And I don't think there is anything else on that one, although you can start to finger pick. So what I'm doing to finger pick, and I would just start to do a few chords like that, you know, maybe the first line. And I've got my chord on and I'm learning to position my baby finger right in, not in maybe this thinner waist area, but down here a bit where there's a bit of fatness of the instrument. And then baby finger is on, and then I'm just going to rest my finger so that they can creep right in under the strings. So even if you just did the placing and the inserting of the strings, and you don't have to do all the fingers to start with, but I'm just going to show you using all the fingers. So I've got this one braced, and eventually you could free the baby finger to start to do some picking as well, but I'm just going to use it to stabilize my hand. Then I'm going to insert, and I've pulled back from here where I strum, so I'm still holding the instrument firmly with my forearm, but now I've got the stabilizing, and thumb is on the G, so that's string number 4. And then I'm going to do the, so I'm just plucking down with it. And then these fingers are inserted under the strings. And I'm going to come into the palm of my hand like this with the plucking upwards of the string. So I'm putting them under the string, and then I'm going to pluck, pulling the finger back into the palm. Then I'm going to go to string 2 with the index finger, doing the same thing, pull it back into the palm of your hand. And then again with the stabilizing here and the ring finger on the bottom. And then you could just do fly me to the, and then D minor, same thing. So I'm going to say the string numbers. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, and then change up 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1, climb up, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then A7, 2, other words, oh my, and then I just let go, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, and then string 4, 3, 2, So if you wanted to do some finger picking, and then eventually you can just mix them up in terms of order of 1, 3, 2, 4, and etc. But just starting with something very simple, making sure that you feel really comfortable with the placement of the baby finger, the stabilizing, putting the fingers under the strings except for the thumb. And you can even just start to move them like that so that you get the idea, and you can do more and more of that. Okay, I hope you found that an enjoyable lesson. And if you have, please like, share, subscribe to my channel, pass this along to anybody who you think would benefit from it. And we'll keep trying to find a little bit more challenging, but not too much, songs. And also I wanted to mention that I've started another channel because I'm also an artist, and I wanted to share some of my very basic tips for other people who might want to learn doing some drawing as well. So I'm going to link that channel into, hopefully, the description box of this video, and in case you wanted to click on that, because I just posted the very first video, and again, it's low tech in terms of my filming, but I think it gives you enough information that if you wanted to start getting some drawing skills as well, in addition to your music skills, because both those activities are enjoyable and they're quite immersive. So it's almost like a meditation practice, but you're not doing anything like that. You're just really focused on something that is such an enjoyable thing to do. So I hope that you may find that really beneficial. Okay, so I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.